Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tai Chi For You. And again, the show, it really is about you. And I want you to think about that for a minute. And when I talk about we have two minds and two bodies, and we're going to go into that a little bit later, but I just want to throw that out there, and that's kind of the topic for tonight. Just like last week or the week before, I did my top five favorites. So this one, we're going to go more for, I got some feedback and a lot of newbies. So welcome, anybody that's new. And again, anybody that's been right along doing Tai Chi for years and years. Again, you know the drill. It feels so good to just move. And the idea of Tai Chi is a moving meditation. So again, that kind of folds into that mindfulness that we're going to talk about. But I've been writing down a lot of things here. Things are happening in the valley, and a few things are getting ready to pop. Not just the flowers, but first of all, I got a few things in the pipeline. I don't want to give too much information yet, but it looks like we are going to have something at the alternatives or open sky, I guess it's called now, but in that nice courtyard. And I guess if it's raining or too cold, they have a nice auditorium there as well. So that's a very strong possibility for everyone to come down and enjoy, and we can meet and talk a little bit. It's always a little bit different. You're watching me on TV. I'm this big, so but just to ask questions. I get some emails and messages, so but it's not the same as or just being around people and someone else asks a question. Hey, I was wondering about that. So come on down, and that's one of the spots. The other thing that looks like it's going to open up, and we did it last year, or maybe the last 2 years, Pout Pond in Uxbridge. That's another great place. You want to be out in nature. Anytime you could do Tai Chi or exercise or whatever, it's just that connecting to nature. I listened to a nice podcast about the connection between us and trees. And it was a little deep. I don't want to go into that idea, but you guys that are out there that know a little bit about nature and energy and all it's amazing. The stuff that you can learn. You always be learning. That's kind of one of my slogans, I guess. I always want to be learning. And most of the time it is about the Tai Chi, the Qigong, nutrition, exercise, just even just breathing and balance. There's always little exercises or things you could pay attention to during the day that'll improve just your overall health, your overall attitude. Just waking up with a good attitude. Put that on your list. First thing to do when you wake up, be in a good attitude. So, all right, let's go right down the list here I have. I got another great opportunity that I'm going to be working with the veterans and their families. So once that gets a little bit more together and the process has begun. There's a lot of paperwork with this, but that's another great opportunity to offer the community like that. The other thing I have is the senior center. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we're getting close to a normal where we could be indoors at the senior center. But I'm also looking at maybe doing a show outside where they have a nice grassy area right there. Who knows? Maybe you have some flowers coming up. It'll be nice. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. We'll have some real good warm weather, and we can start getting outdoors more. And with that, there's West Hill Dam that's close by. I'm trying to think where else I've been. The Uxbridge Library. I offered a class there a few years back, and they have a backyard there that's maybe I'll talk to them, or they can reach out to me. I'd be more than happy. Anybody that has an idea, send it to me. Get it to me either through the station, or you can send me the email that goes along the bottom at the beginning and the end of the show here. But I'm always open to just ideas. I also got some just exciting guests lined up that everybody's schedule is crazy with whatever, but we're going to get some more guests in studio. I know I had really good response with my past guests that people like the idea of just seeing someone else do it along with me. I've had my students, I've had new people come in, I've had other business owners in the area that, again, their list of talents that they have. They brought a lot to the show. Let's see, what else here we got going? The veterans, alternatives, the senior centers, all that good stuff. So I'm also, if you have an opportunity and you have a small group of people, or you're interested in maybe like a private one-on-one, or if it's a couple, something like that, we could figure out something where we could work on the Tai Chi and the Qigong and get you to that next level. So again, that could be a beginner's class, an intermediate, or advanced. As much as I know, I'll teach it to you. I'm not holding back on anything when I teach, but I do try to teach to the room. So I'm not going to go too advanced on like a one-day workshop or seminar. You'll get a lot of knowledge out of it and enjoyment and feel better afterwards. But how much can you really retain from one class or one lecture? So let's get ready. I want to just give a shout out. I had an opportunity to get into Milford today and see one of my friends at Milford Nutrition. And I got a nice energizing tea. So if you're in Milford, stop by and say hi to them. All right, let's get going. And let's start with our warm-ups. And we like to warm up with some circular motions, first of all, before we get into the stretching. And then we'll get into some of the Tai Chi warm-ups and then some of the Tai Chi moves. Actually, I got one new move I'm going to show you that's perfect for this spring type weather that we're having. So, you just want to clear a little bit of area if you're home, or you're outside. That's great. You got plenty of room. But what we want to do is just start nice and gentle, and just start that side to side motion where we're just shifting that weight. And again, this is the idea of that two minds and two bodies. So, and I'm guilty of this. We all are. We have that busy monkey mind, and the notes are keeping me somewhat grounded. But then I get into that subconscious mind where it's more that meditative, and I can really start envisioning that whole body weight shift. And again, there's the physical body that's doing the work, but now I have that energetic body. And we talk about that being the meridians and the energy flow and the chakras. So don't get too hung up on terms and names if you're not familiar with them. And then we just add the breath. Always, keep that there's a lot to keep just in the back of your mind, that the body is just subconsciously remembering to breathe. It's remembering to keep that elongated spine, keeping the shoulders down and relaxed. The knees are slightly bent. The arms are down and a little bit open, just like that. And let's do 3, 2, and again, if you want to visualize, we're pouring water into one side and the other. Good. Let's warm up a little bit now with circular motion with just the upper part of the spine. Put the hands on the chest, and that helps keep the body straight. You don't want to get the hips moving or anything right now. So we're just kind of just circling from front to side. I guess these are half circles. So breath in, breath out. Yeah. And if you have music that you'd like to play, you can play music. If you have a certain a scent that you like, maybe you have some flowers that smell nice in the house, or you want to light a nice candle. Let's try going all the way around with this one, nice and gentle. Remember, this is just easy. We're not overdoing it. And reverse directions. Again, listen to your body. And when I say that, for example, we can do a stretch now just to show a little bit. So I'm just reaching, and there's a nice stretch. I'm keeping that core engaged, and I'm reaching using that 70-30. I'm not overdoing it. I'm not trying to strain and change that light bulb that's right there. So, but I'm noticing now when I slow down that I'm feeling that internal energy. I'm also getting that subconscious. I'm understanding more of listening to my body as to what really feels good. Maybe hold it for a minute. There's that sound therapy. You can really make some noise. Just Again, the martial art application where they whoosh and they, exhale and grunt and go. And it's not just martial arts. It's you're going to kick that football. You run up and whatever. So there's a lot that you could relate to with the martial arts. Let's just do some inside parries. And you could think of this as maybe just folding, bringing it up and folding. 3, 2, 1. And let's reverse it. We'll do the outside parry. Outside. Bring it up and go out. Don't overextend. Add that weight shift. You can even add that shifting that weight and turning the body. Bringing it back up. 3. Now go internally with this exercise. If it's brand new to you, it does take a little bit of that mind to remember which hand's up, which hand's down, but get going a few times with it so you can just let it just flow and let it happen. And just feel that internal energy from the body and that subconscious mind. We just visualize that hand just coming up and folding out. Good. Just shake that out a little bit. You guys enjoying this? Again, it's the beginners, or I do throw a lot at you, but I try to keep it at this level. And the intermediates and the more advanced ones, they understand that they're getting that taste of that, we call it an aha moment. And it's more when we practice certain moves where it takes a lot to remember which foot's heavy, which foot's light, where's this hand belong when this one, and should I step on the heel? So once you kind of get that down, and you're going with the flow, that's when you get that aha moment. And you really feel that nice internal satisfaction with that. So let's do a few more warm-ups, circular. And we think of this one as basketball size circles. So just do it with the body. Now go internal. Start to just visualize and feel how that is on your shoulder, how that is on the end of the fingertips, maybe the wrist. Keep that core engaged. Feel how that is a little bit different than just standing here going like this. You're engaged. Okay, now what we're going to do is slowly start to turn the palms upward and go smaller into, we call them baseball size circles. So we circle, keep the back straight, the knees slightly bent. Take a nice breath in, breath out. And then we're going to put the palms down in reverse direction. And we're just circling, circling. Reaching out, start to build that chi. Whether you realize it or not, we're building chi. We're getting the blood flowing. And now get ready to turn the palms up and go into your baseball size circles. Feel that strong, rooted with the feet. Feet are firmly on the ground. That core's engaged. The back is nice and straight. Elongated spine. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then we do that tiger returns to the mountain. Good. That's just a nice way to finish when we have a class and we move on to something else. Everybody's back on the same page. All right, you ready for that new move? I want to get that out there, and then we'll do some more warm-ups. But I want to show you this one. I just learned it today. Let's see if I can remember it all. So we put our hands like a prayer. And this one's called digging in the garden. So visualize. We're going to put the hands going down and we separate them. Now I'm keeping the back straight. I'm just dropping the knees. Go as low as you want. You don't have to go too low. And now we're going to scoop up whatever it is we dug up. Maybe some nice flowers. Take a nice breath in and send it all that energy all around us. So bring it back up into a prayer. Not bad. So right here, take a breath in, exhale, start to, like 2 shovels, we're digging in. And we scoop up, bring it up to the heart. Turn the hands, sending it up and circling. I like this one. Let's do it one more time. So bring it up into the prayer. Keep your arms straight. Here we go. I'm on TV. Okay. Breath in, down, scoop to the heart. Turn the hands, sending it up and away. And we can go right back into Tiger Returns to the Mountain. Good. So that's the new move today for everybody. First time. All right, let's keep going with the circular motions now. We're just going to warm up the hip area and the torso. So just don't overdo anything at the beginning. Get used to this. Just like we're going to do some of the bouncing. And geez, when's the last time some of us bounced or jump rope or anything like that? And let's reverse direction. So keep the core engaged and just put the hip out, front, out to the other side, and just lean forward a little bit. You don't want to lean back too far. You just want to stay up nice and strong. Circle the hip And just go in the other direction one more time. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now that we warmed, oh, let's do the knees. Let's circle the knees. Because I want to talk about something else we haven't talked about in a long time. Coming up in reverse direction. Very good. And then I showed you another one that I like to do with the knee is just warm up the area. And you can think of it as just getting the blood to the surface or getting the chi going, and then just wake it up a little bit. And do the other side. So we're getting the back of the knee, the sides of the knee, the front, all around. Use both hands. And then just lightly tap. Good. Oh, that does feel good. And a little bit on the ankle roll as well. So, if you need a chair to balance on, or if you can do it like this, or if you want to try more advanced, raise it up. All right, and even out. The other leg, we're just circling. So it's still getting the knee and the ankle. There's some hip action going on. And we reverse. 3, 2, 1. Good. You get your water nearby. Have another sip. All right. Let's go into the warm-up we call 500 claps. And for the beginners, a clap is more of a tapping. And we talk about an energy point right here in the hand, in the palm. So we're packing the chi is what this is actually doing. Or just waking up the blood, getting things going in the morning. You can do it any time of the day, but it does kind of energize you a little bit. So maybe not do it just before bedtime. If you bruise easy, you can just sweep. So keep that in mind. So let's start out, cup, and just go up. And we're going up the outside of the arm, and this is, and then down the inside of the arm. And we're doing it this way because it's following the meridians and the energy flow of the body. Keep breathing in and out. And then switch to the other arm. So it's up the outside and down the inside. And remember, brush if it's a little bit, if you bruise easy or it's a little tender there for you. Or if you're really you've been doing it a while and you want to build up some resistance, if you're into maybe a contact sport. Good. And the same thing with the legs. Down the outside of the legs. How far? Try to go all the way, if this is it for you, around the knee and up the inside. You could always use a table, something sturdy. And you want to go down the outside of the arm. The goal is actually to get around the ankle. There's a lot of acupressure points that we talk about. And those are longevity points. So, very good exercise. You'll be living to 100. So, you could do that with the chair. You could go both sides at the same time. Come up the inside. Or get each leg separately. And bring it back up. Then we want to circle around. We want to get to the back area. The lower, sort of like where the kidneys are. And we're just drumming. Or just lightly tapping. You don't want to pound on your kidneys. Nothing too strong there, but just waking them up. Good. Now we're going to bring it around. And we just tap, pack the chi. Again, we're making that. And then we go into the belly. And you can circle around if you'd like. If you know any good drum solos, you can do those. And then we're going to work our way up the center, and we're going to get right where the clavicle is. This is a great one to remember that nice breathe in, breathe out. The breath should be long, deep, and slow. Good. Then we want to bring it around to the base of the neck right there, base of the skull, and come up and around. So we're just coming up and around, coming up and around. And then we want to go under the eyes, right here, nice and easy, just gently. Anybody with allergies? Anybody with wrinkles? Okay, do this every day. And then under the nose, that's another great acupressure point. Switch hands and then on the chin. And we're gonna just support the elbow. And we wanna hit this area, and you know the area where you carry your stress. And that right there. We're not trying to overdo anything right now. We're just, and again, if you can build up some endurance to that, find that spot that really, oh, that hits home, that's great. And then control that arm down, bring the other arm up, support the elbow, and just work on that, this right here, the shoulders. And then down. And then we're gonna bring the arm up, and we're gonna work the whole side of the body, underneath the armpit, and go right down the side. Do this a couple of times. Control down, bring it up. So when you're watching this again, maybe have time to write these down. Just put 500 claps and see if that'll jog your memory into all the parts of this one. And then on the fingertips, again, we're kind of getting that energy bit kind of going. And a few karate chops. And right here, like that. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. Let's do a little bit of the bouncing we talked about. Take it real slow. If you need to hold on to a chair, just that up, just bring it up and just drop. Just try it like that. You don't have to go fast. Just bring it up. Exhale. Breath in. And that energy is just traveling around it and just chewing up that the spine. And that's that information highway. Everything, again, you could scientifically talk about it, or they knew thousands of years ago when they did the acupuncture and where to put the needles and how they'll put a needle in your ear and your arm feels better, right? It's just how they studied and how they learned. And then if you want to just bounce, 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 bounce. Good. All right, shake that out a little bit. So what I want to talk about now, it's I mentioned it a little bit about that keeping that core engaged. And that's more, it's not so much a part of the Tai Chi, but it'll help you just draw awareness to it. I don't want everybody to just be throwing arms, and I don't want it to be a dance per se. I want it to be that internal feeling. So if you kind of engage that core a little bit, and we're going to work on the qua, it's called, and it's sort of where like a bikini line, like this area right in here. So let's just practice that, shifting that weight onto one foot, come up, and see if you can start to feel the muscles and everything right there, things happening right there. So on the next one, when we shift that weight over, I'm going to make this 100%. So now this foot is going to come up off the ground. The toe is going to turn and it's going to drop. Now you notice how I kind of fold it in a little bit with the shoulders and I'm keeping the arms open. I'm not tight like that. So now I'm dropping in. I'm sort of sinking in and feel that, I don't want to say tightness, but just that energy, the grounding, the solidness right there, the qua, that energy, because a lot of that energy is you can use that for your balance, and then come out and then weight shift back to the other foot 100%, so the other one can lift up, come in and turn at the ankle, setting down, and now center right in, drop the knee, but keep that spine elongated. And it's a hard thing to describe, but you'll start to feel that stretch, that muscle, everything's starting to engage and elongate like that, and just nice and grounded in. Now we can come up and out, so we can step out. Do one more on each side. So shift that weight, lift the leg, turn, and settle back in, and sort of drop in. Some of the goaltenders for hockey, they guard it like this. They guard the net like this. Some of them do. So think of it that way, maybe, if that's however you can remember this. And you do feel it in the lower back. So come back up, come out. And if you look through some of the Tai Chi books and some of the drawings, you'll see them draw it a little bit better, and maybe that'll settle in with your brain. You'll see that the feet go in and the knees drop, but the spine is long and the breath is long, slow, and deep. And come out. Good. And let's do a tiger returns to the mountain. Just like that. So that is one that we haven't worked on in a while. Maybe trying to think if it was the very beginning. I kind of talked about some exercises to help build that qua and build this whole belt area. There's a lot of things happening when where are all my nurses? When you have an operation, or when they cut you open, they're going through a lot of just different, the way things are all held together there. So you're just trying to stay healthy. And so if you do have to recover from a surgery or things like that, and we talked about that too, like a knee replacement or a hip replacement, they want you up and moving. Movement is medication. Remember that. Remember that saying. Good. All right. Let's try a little bit of let's go a little bit smaller here with the joints in between the fingers. Just sort of get those things loosened up and lubricated. If you take an oil, a fish oil, or different oils to help with any stiffness. Good. And then you could stop the wrists and the fingers. The wrists, a little bit of a roll, fingers, wrist roll, and fingers as well. And then let's just get the elbows. And there's a little bit of shoulders along with the wrists and fingers. Next breath in, breath out. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so we're going to shake the legs a little bit, loosen up. Let's do a bounce, 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 bounce. Up. Good. Let's go into a little bit more with the hands, and now we can talk with that two minds. So we're going to, here's the body part. So we're going to squeeze the fist. We're going to squeeze, 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 and then just let it go and relax. So that's the physical body that's happening. And there's an energetic thing happening as well. And now with the mind, we want to have a thought of, I don't like using the word pain or a negative thought, that maybe there is a stiffness in that shoulder, or the knees are bugging you, or anything, an outside source. It could be the kids are, we had that, and that worked out great. I got response from that one. The kids are really bugging you. Here's how to de-stress. So you want to have that negative thought, and now you want to think about it as you make a fist and squeeze and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Think of that pain, that breath in, and you just let it go. Put a little smile. All right? So everybody got something that's bugging them on their mind? That neighbor's dog that craps in your yard, whatever it is, something that's always late, nobody sent you an email, no one's doing this or that for you. Whatever it is bugging you. It's okay. Have that thought, and we're going to get rid of it. So we're going to squeeze, have that thought, and just let it go. Now that's the first part of feeling better. Here's the icing on the cake right here. Palms out. And now we're going to ask and receive. And just receive a happy thought. Receive guidance. Receive relief from the pain. Just breathe it in. Control. Just send it down. Let's do another one. So we're just going to stretch. And if you can stretch that, how far you can. But with the intention, we're receiving that nice, clean energy, that nice, happy thought, that answer that we were looking for, that calmness, that tranquility. Just breathe in. And just picture yourself in a nice meadow, whatever it is. What was that got me so upset a while ago? It's gone. So, perfect way to get rid of some of that stress that you've had. Now, let's go a little bit deeper now. You kind of understand a little bit where I'm going with this two minds, two bodies. It's brand new to a lot of people. It was brand new to me a few years back, and it's a whole course. It's something you can really do a deep dive and learn so much. But you want to just learn about yourself. So when you're meditating, or when you're just the moving meditation, here's the greatest line I ever saw. It was on a bumper sticker. Meditation, it's not what you think. Now, tell me that isn't deep. So I'll leave it at that. So we do moving meditation for the most part with Tai Chi. So let's go into a little bit of the moving meditation of opening move, it's called. With this one, the arms are just going to float up. And then the palms come in, the arms come in, and then they float down. So just bring it up. And really get to know yourself. Get to know which knee is weak, which leg is the one that needs work, that needs to have some energy sent to it. And if you notice, I'm not locking out the arms. I'm only going down about 70%. And then as I start to come up, you can visualize, it's called drawing water. So I'm pulling water up, palms face out, hands come in, and the push down. So it's an up, in, and down, but just smooth it off a little bit, and you could drop a little bit and come up a little bit if you'd like. And keep that breath nice and long, slow, and deep. Good. Tiger returns to the mountain. Now, I was learning another move, the tiger cub. So there's all, they put names, again, they picked up a lot of things from nature when they watched animals or they watched birds, and a lot of the moves have the names of the animals or the action of the strike of the snake or whatever, or the arm bar, the block of the, all that, or the tiger and things like that. So I'll work on that one, and we'll do a new move again next time when we're on. So, all right, let's get into some Qigong now. So let's start off, and this is called mountain pose. So the energetic principle of this one is the feet are touching, and it just sort of completes the loop by putting the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And we just stand here for a minute, and this is called Wu Ji, or no mind. And it's where we can kind of just collect the thoughts and just let them go. And then we're going to begin by making the right foot the heavy foot, and we're going to step out with the left, and we adjust into what's called the horse stance. And that's where the knees are slightly bent. It's like we're riding a horse. Okay. Now the palms are going to be out to the arms are out to the side, palms are facing down. We're going to draw the energy up, earth chi. Hands turn, palms face each other, and it comes down the center. And then we're going to bring it up. Nice breath in, about heart level, down, and then we bring it up. And this is my favorite part, we give it away. And then we come in to reload, down. So 3 moves done 3 times. First move is up, hands together, and then we push down. Feel that little resistance, like you're pushing something in a pool, you're holding something, push it down. Now it wants to float up, but we're controlling that, how fast it comes up. And put that chi, that energy, right into that whole heart chakra, the whole heart center. Push down. So now we bring it up. Nice. Give it away. Bring it into reload. And down. Third time is up. Palms face together. Up to the heart. Down. This is a great one to do in the morning. Just it's calm. The day is calm. The day is just beginning. And that's a great one for the morning to do that. And you don't have to stop at 3. Do more. You don't have to. 3. What's the one? Feng Shui. That 3 is, it's a lucky number, I guess, but the 3, the 6, the 9 times on an exercise, those are the numbers that they kind of go with. And I'll give you another little tip here. And this was a Chinese medical doctor, but he was saying that he does this. He goes, you do this 9 times. He goes, you'll never get sick. So that grabbed my attention. So here is what it is. And again, you build up to it. But just below the belly button, and you measure down with your 3 fingers, your belly button right there. That's your dantian. That's an energy center right there. And you just want to gently, slight push in. You get to the point where you're, going harder and faster type thing. But let's just do 9 times and with the breath. So it's rest. Then you move up 9 times. Rest. Bring it up. And with this one, I sort of changed it a little bit. I find my rib cage and I just kind of massage in between the ribs, so it's good. All right, shake that out. So try that one at home too. Let me know how everybody feels and if you're staying healthy and you're feeling good. All right, let's go into a little bit with the, I guess the warm down part of it, where it's, again, more circular, and we're just circling the moon, it's called. And you might do this in another yoga class, or maybe it's a jazzercise, or just some sort of other program. So a little bit wider than in shoulder. And the first couple I didn't overdo anything. Now I can get a little bit more of a swing. Down, bring it up. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So it's just down and up. And up. If you want to go a little bit deeper. And up. Down and up. Good. Let's practice our, it's one of the moves in the longer forms that we learn and we practice. And maybe we'll get into we'll do a class with just the long form, which actually probably takes 35 minutes to do. So we're going to have to warm up and then but it would really be, I don't want you to just follow along. I want to just break things down and explain things. And that's kind of how I teach, where I'll throw different ones and then we'll put them together, and it's called a kata, or a set of moves. So all these, but don't get overwhelmed. I did at the beginning. Believe me, any question you have, here's the guy that I asked. I asked every question I could think of when I was at the very, very beginning, driving the instructors nuts. But the idea is that break it down very simple, and this will help me. All I have is a right hand, a left hand, a right foot, and a left foot. So anything, it's just a combination thereof. So it's whatever it is don't overthink things. Where was I going? Oh, the yin and yang. Let's do that one. So we want to, again, feet are a little bit more than shoulder width apart. And we can kind of flare them out a little bit. And the hands are just one up, palm down. And we just drop a little bit as we kind of close them in. We're making that symbol. Come up. And you want to try to keep, they're both moving at the same time. Think of like a clock face, maybe. That helps. And then when you get to this point, it's sort of an up and an out. And then bring it around to this side. The bottom hands kind of come up and out. There's 3. And if you can drop a little bit, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Just stand up and do these. But feel that connection to self. Good. Gather in. Nice. All right. Let's do a little bit of a warm down with the open the door one. And you want to try to keep it up a little bit high. I don't want to have the hands down here. I want the fists up. So the elbows are maybe chin area. And you just open and close. Don't overdo it, but feel that resistance of pushing open. Now I've got to try to pull them closed. Trying to push them open. Trying to pull that door closed. So it's a soft fist that I'm making right now. Good. And then we're going to close. And now we're going to reach up, grab, and pull down. Just reach up, float, grab that bar, pull that. If you did the cable machine at the gym, you grab that bar and you have to pull that weight, and you can adjust the weight, but visualize you got, just 5 pounds. You're just trying to feel some drag, that pulling down. If you were a mime, I guess, they'd probably be great at Tai Chi. Now we're gonna push up, and just float down. So we're gonna push that bar up and just let it come down. One more. Push that bar up. Gather in. Great. So we kind of covered a lot. Let's have a seat for a minute. So, talked about all the things that are coming up. Just waiting for it to warm up a little bit more. Waiting to hear back from a few people that are in the powers to be. So, we get the green light. We're watch out. The gates are going to open, and we're going to be everywhere doing Tai Chi. So, I'll keep you up to date on how to get that. Oh, the other thing, and I had one of my students look into this one, and I actually made a couple of phone calls as well. Check with your health insurance. Different ones offer different monetary or what they cover. A lot of them do the gym memberships, which is great. You could use that money for that. But now they're seeing the benefits and they're offering a Tai Chi class or a yoga class, something like that. So if that interests you, and if I can help anyway, but get the ball rolling. Find out what you need specific from your insurance carrier, and if I can accommodate it with, the wording of how they want it, and we'll get you, and we can get some more Tai Chi going for you, and that'd be great. So so that was the other thing I wanted to mention. So we got the insurance thing happening that could be a great benefit. Use it. It's the money's there. So find out about it and see what you can do on your end with that, and what I can do to help you out as well. And then we have the outside opportunities, things that happen. Again, if you know of a place, or if your backyard's really nice and it's not too muddy and it's level, we can do a small gathering and see if that's something that you might like to do with a small group of friends. And then we talked tonight too. Again, I started out, I wanted to do just about talk about new people. So the new people, you got a lot of information tonight. So watch the show again. Figure out what works for you. Listen to your body. That's the key. There is, I guess, no magic bullet. It's consistency with anything, whether it's, and I always say, piano lessons or golf lessons, things like that. I don't know, you could be a natural, I guess, but you're really to take the time and slow down and listen internally. And we can do that with another type of meditation. You can do a seated meditation, or you can do a standing meditation, but the one that we like to do, it's called Hug the Tree. With that one, the arms float up to about shoulder height. And see how my elbows are relaxed, my wrists are relaxed, and the fingers are almost touching? Oh, and we talked about trees a little bit too. So visualize, we're outside. It's a nice day. We have our favorite tree. You want to go over and give it a nice hug. So this is the position you want right here. Now, to slow the mind down, we have to give it something to do. So all I want you to do is think about breath in and breath out. And this is where we can practice that slow, deep breath in. And you should be able to do it. It was hard for me. Believe me, 30 seconds was killing me. We do a minute in class, but I give them homework, and I want everybody to get to 3 minutes. So when they do it at home, so you can do it sitting down. If you need to, just drop the arms because they're getting tense, getting tight, and then bring them back up. So I want you to get to 3. That's your homework tonight, everybody out there. So this is called Hug the Tree. And I wouldn't say this unless I've done it. I don't ask people to do things that I haven't done. You can build up to 5 minutes. Now it's game on. Challenge yourself. Do 10 minutes. I've done 10 minutes. Now I'm getting, all right, I'm pushing 15. Now I've done 20. I've done it sitting down. I've done it standing up. I've done it in 140 degree sauna. It's really something that you have to build up to. And you don't, it's hard to control that mind from having thoughts. But here's one of the keys right here. Allow a thought to come in. And again, the crazy, busy, when's that thing gonna go on sale? When is that? Oh, I gotta get an oil change. And just recognize that thought, but be able to just let it go. Because guess what? There's another thought right behind it. There's an infinite number of thoughts that are in your brain. And you'll be thinking about your second grade teacher for whatever reason. Okay, yep, oh, I remember. Okay, but let it go. Could be a great, vacation coming up. But, all right, should I pack? How many people should I think? Oh, are we going to need this? Don't. Okay, yeah, great vacation. Let it go. And the goal is, it's in between every thought, there's that nanosecond that there wasn't anything. And that's what you want to expand on. So when you just give the breath, the mind, that breathe in, breathe out, it allows for that space to grow. And I think you guys enjoyed tonight. Let me know. Send me a text. Again, we're working on a lot of things. We're working on some new guests that come in. Maybe bring back some old guests. Let me know. Till then, Tai Chi for you.